All right, so it's iPhone season, and a lot of people who go to the Apple Store or to Best Buy or any other store that go buy the new iPhone, they see the Apple cases and they want to buy it and they want to know, is it good? Well, today we're going to take a look at the Apple TechWoven for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and let's find out, number one, is it good and is it better than last year's TechWoven? Because I definitely had a lot of opinions on that. If you're interested in that, go check out that video. But for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at this case. The price on it is $59.99, and of course, all links are down in the description below for you to check out for yourself. So, taking a look at the packaging. Very classic Apple packaging here. You get a nice big picture of your case. I do have the 17 Pro Max version, TechWoven case, MagSafe with camera control. Now, on the back, you get a little more information here. You get all that stuff. It is compatible with the crossbody strap. You do get it in a few different languages, and that's pretty much it. So, taking it out of the packaging, this is what you're greeted with. We have our case, and then just getting it out of there, you do have this, and then a little bit more information here. You get just this card right here, and a little safety and handling this accessory booklet. So, enough about all that. Nobody cares, really. Let's go ahead and take a look at the case itself. Now, if you guys see, there is that TechWoven case right here. You can hear it has a little bit of sound right there. Let's see, did my fingernail scratch it? Nope, we're good to go, which is already a plus over the FINEWOVEN case from last year, because you would do that and immediately see scratches. And so what this is going to be is made out of 100% recycled polyester material, and it's multiple colored yarns that are woven together on a jacquard loom that basically allows for this design right here. So like I said, polyester back, you are getting TPU sides going all the way around, as well as anodized aluminum buttons over here. So that's going to be that. Taking a look at the inside, of course, same exact material on the inside here. You do get your MagSafe and alignment magnet right there, and then TPU material going all the way around the sides, as well as, of course, your camera control button, as it is an Apple case. If Apple's cases didn't have camera control, we'd be in trouble. But anyways, that's what your camera control button is looking like right there. Let's go ahead and get that one in focus. There you go. That is right there. So let's go ahead and bring over our scale and our caliper, all that stuff, and let's see what we are working with. So, starting off with the weight, we are looking at 34 grams, and then bringing our caliper over. Now, this is not with the camera bump as well. This is just the case itself as far as the sides of it. The thickness is going to be 11 millimeters. With the camera bump, there you go, it's going to be 14.1. And then from inside to outside, we are looking at 2.3 millimeters right there. So, not the thickest, not the heaviest case. Pretty decently feeling in the hand. I do have my concerns about that, which we will talk about towards the end of this video. But for right now, let's go ahead and bring over that cosmic orange iPhone 17 Pro Max. Almost said 16 Pro Max. Let's listen out for that click. There's our Apple animation. That's one thing. You're not going to get that with any other case except an Apple case. But is it worth the sacrifice to spend the 60 bucks on this versus something else? We'll find out. So, listening out for that click. Pretty decent click on there. We did activate Siri, but all around, that is a nice click onto there. However, before we go ahead and take a look around the sides, one thing I'm not a huge fan of, immediately as you can see, is that you can see the color of the phone through the front. Now, normally that wouldn't really be too much of an issue, but because you can see that, that means that little tiny debris and stuff like that can get right there to the sides of your phone. And that's one issue because, as you guys may have seen online, I've actually posted it on my Instagram, on my story actually, and on my Twitter page. You can see that the iPhone 17 and then the blue 17 Pro Max already have damage on them. So that aluminum is not as strong as last year's titanium, which unfortunately is not that great. And one thing that scares me about having that right there is that if little debris gets there, it may scratch up the sides of your phone right there. So that is definitely something I would love to see fixed about this case. Unfortunately, that's kind of been a thing with Apple's cases lately though, so you kind of know what you expect with that. But anyways, taking a look at the fit of this, you're getting a pretty good fit as far as the sides of it. Can't really complain there. Buttons are good. Bottom, top, very good right there. Taking a look at the corners is where one of my issues lies. Even though they click there, they're very, very easy to come off, which is something that I'm not a huge fan of. All four corners kind of come off fairly easily, and that scares me a little bit, especially when it comes to dropping this. They do say that it offers some drop protection. Of course, Apple's not going to tell you exactly the level of drop protection and all that, but if it comes out of your case when it is dropped, that's going to be an issue because you know that aluminum is going to scratch and dent. So I'd love to see that fixed with this case. That's unfortunately one of my biggest issues with it. But also the FINEWOVEN didn't really have that good of a fit on there anyways. So it's about the same fit as the Apple FINEWOVEN case. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that screen and camera lip. And you're getting a very, very slight screen lip right there. Can you set this down? Yes, but I would be careful on what surfaces you set it down on. Only flat surfaces like your desk, you can do that and be okay. And then the camera bump is just about the same thing. It's very, very faintly raised over the camera plateau, actually. It's not a bump anymore. It's this big old giant plateau. It's very faintly raised over that, so you can, again, set it down on flat surfaces, but I wouldn't set it down on anything jagged if you don't want anything to get messed up, especially that aluminum back here getting scratched. So let's go ahead and look around what it looks like at the sides. So on the sides, you are getting that TPU material, like I said, and it is very, very finely textured. Let's see if you can even get that picked up on camera. Very finely textured, so it does add for a little bit of grip, which is something that I don't really complain too much about this case. It does actually have some pretty decent grip on it, which is something that the TechWoven did not have. It was smooth around the sides. They were TPU, the buttons were also metal, but they were smooth around the sides, which caused the case to be a little bit more slippery. This one does answer that a little bit right there. So again, your top is there, it is closed in, and that is where your 5G millimeter wave is going to sit right under the case. On the left-hand side, we do have those anodized aluminum buttons, same grip going all the way up and down, which let's listen to how these buttons sound. Nice, clicky buttons, absolutely no complaints when it comes to that. Then going around to the bottom of the case, we have our accurate cutouts, the dot cutouts for your microphone and speaker, as well as your little lanyard loops for that Apple strap. If any of you guys bought that, let me know down below what you think about that. Do you like it? I've been thinking about picking one up. If you really care to see it on the channel, let me know. I'm not somebody who's ever going to actually use that in the real world, but if you do, I'm curious to hear what do you think about it, because you know Apple makes you pay that tax on it. So I want to know what you guys think about it. Is it worth it? Is it any good, or is a regular lanyard so much better? Let me know. But anyways, that's going to be that, and there is your USB Type-C port, which of course, knowing Apple, should fit just about any cable in there. There we go, we are charging, and that is an anchor cable right here, and it is nice and snug in there. There's a little bit of space, but it will fit just about all of your wider, thicker head cables in there. And then of course, moving on to the right-hand side, we're going to get our camera control button and our power button. Testing out, I mean, do I really need to even test that camera control button? It's Apple. Like I said, if this thing doesn't work, we got some problems. But just fine, no issues there. Let me know if you guys still want me to do camera control tests on the channel. Do you guys still care about that, especially on cases that have camera control from last year from the 16 Pro Max and they were already good? Let me know what you guys think about that. I'll be happy to test them for you if you care. So definitely let me know down there. But camera control is good. Our picture was fine. No issues there. So B, what are your thoughts on the Apple TechWoven case? Is it better than the Apple FINEWOVEN case? Let's go ahead and answer that question first. And the answer is yes. I don't foresee this staining like the Apple FINEWOVEN did before. I'll try to throw in a clip of the Apple FINEWOVEN case from last year, my little update video on that, to show you how it was stained on the back of it. But I don't foresee this one staining on here at all. It should be just fine when it comes to staining or like fingerprints and stuff like that. And it actually does feel really nice. When the back of it, I like the feeling, I like the texture of it. It feels good. But when we get down to the bottom of this thing, boy, if you guys know me, I don't like a pinky destroyer case. I don't like it. And this guy, it's a sharp one. The bottom of this thing is sharp. So if you're someone who holds your phone like this, like I do a lot, get ready, get that pinky ready, because I'll tell you what, this thing is a pinky destroyer. I'd love to see the bottom of this be rounded out a little bit, not nearly as sharp, but just taking a look at what that looks like right there, I mean, that thing is definitely sharp. There's a lot of companies out there that, even though they have TPU sides, do a very good job rounding around the edges to make it not a pinky destroyer, so I'd love to see that, especially for 59 bucks, guys. Come on, Apple. We gotta step up the case game a little bit. There's a million cases out there, and it's kind of sad to me that the OEM case, the case that's literally designed by the brand that makes the phone, is always or is never actually good. It's always kind of mid. Now this case right there along, is it anywhere in the top 10, top 20 cases, top 30 cases? No. Definitely not there. Is it bad though? If you're someone who absolutely wants an Apple case, you're like, you know what? I have to have the Apple case. Is it that bad? No, it's not, but it definitely has a few faults, a few flaws that absolutely do need to be fixed. But let's go ahead and talk about the MagSafe. So starting off, let's go ahead and bring over our Apple MagSafe wallet. We'll attach that. Oh, there's our animation. You guys see a little notifications. Don't pay attention to that. There's our animation, and not too bad, honestly, with the MagSafe wallet. This is textured. Oh, drop test wallet, drop test. This is a little bit of a rougher texture here. This is smooth, so you are going to get a little grip. But as you guys can see, it's gonna start giving you a little bit of a MagSafe ring on this. I do expect this to eventually develop one. I'll make an update video on this. If you guys are interested, let me know down in the comments. Make an update video in a few months, see how it held up. But pretty decent with the Apple MagSafe wallet. Then bringing over the MagSafe battery pack, we'll attach that. There's our animation, and oh, I feel it starting to slip. It's starting to hit my finger. I'm not gonna hit it all the way so it doesn't hit my desk, but eventually this is going to, if you shake it really hard, start to slip off. I don't see that being, like I said, too much of an issue because nobody's really sitting there shaking all their accessories like this. But if that's something that does matter to you a lot, it is something to note. And then finally, let's go ahead and bring over our tried and true Anchor 623. And let's see, that rhymed. And you're getting okay MagSafe strength on this. Will this be fine for your car mount, your nightstand charger? Absolutely. Now I know in my city, there's some wicked potholes. If you hit one of these, will it fly off your mount? It really depends on how your car mount is. The case itself, the MagSafe, is not bad. But if you have a really good car mount, you have a good car mount with good MagSafe strength, you'll be just fine. So you don't really have to worry about that. So all around, what do I think about the Apple TechWoven case? I don't know if I've called it the FINEWOVEN. If I did, I apologize. What do I think about the Apple TechWoven case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max? And I don't know, I mean, it's a middle of the road case. It's not the worst case you'll ever experience, but it's far from the best case. Honestly, I would go for my $59, even though I did purchase this myself. For my $59, and you guys want something with some texture, nice woven material, I would go with a Banks case, a Banks Armor Pro, for example. Now, it is Aramid or Kevlar, which is actually going to make it stronger, but they come out with a ton of awesome looking designs. Some are a little more low-key, some are a little louder. There's something for everybody there, but it's going to be a much better case. It's going to have better MagSafe strength, better grip, better drop protection. The buttons are going to be pretty good also because they both have metal buttons. It's going to have better screen and camera lips, and it's right around there for the same price. So I would definitely check something like that out if you're interested. But if you have to have an Apple case, do I recommend the TechWoven? I guess so. I would probably recommend it over the silicone, which we will get into that video very soon in the next couple days. I would probably recommend it over the silicone. I think it's going to provide better drop protection and better grip on the phone. Maybe not on the sides because of, it's silicone, but it's not also going to pull your pocket and all the lint out of your pocket either. But all around, it's okay. Not the best case in the world, but also not the worst. And of course, knowing Apple, it's going to come in a bunch of different colors. One that'll match every iPhone, all that stuff. Apple does a really good job matching the color, so it'll definitely come in that if you're interested. This one, of course, is the black version, but it is going to come with a bunch of different colors. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Apple TechWoven down in the comments below. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. Got a ton of accessory videos coming up very, very soon. Every single day drops Monday through Friday, so get subbed up for that. But if you guys want to see me unbox and give my first impressions of all 3 iPhone 17 Pro Max colors, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys want to see that Air, that super, super thin iPhone, that video is going to be right here.